The story of Advent is not just about waiting, it's about preparing for the impossible to become possible. Many of us are doing plans right now, are reading scripture in anticipation for this season of hope. And I know it's been going around that many of us will be reading the book of Luke, among other things. And I decided to also start delving into the book of Luke. And chapter one is, first of all, very dense. There's so much to get out of it. So I'm not gonna spend so much of your time talking about everything because this video then would be, I don't know, 1 hour. But one of the things, parallels that I saw, I don't know if parallel is the right word, is the unbelief or the doubt that Zacharias had versus the total belief that Mary had. And you look at Zacharias, a priest, old in age, you would think that his faith would be at a place where he would not question God, but he questioned, and as a result, he got muted because God was not going to hold back the promise, but he was not going to allow Zacharias to also sabotage the promise, if you know what I mean. And then we have Mary on the other hand, a teenager, being greeted as blessed are you among women. What a greeting, first of all. And being told that she's going to have a child. And she had every reason to doubt by our logic minds. She had every reason to doubt. I am not married. I have a fiance, but I'm not married. I've never been with a man. But her questioning about how had more to do with just how. She needed to know how, while Zacharias' questioning was from a place of doubt. And when Elizabeth finally sees her, when Mary visits her cousin Elizabeth, she greets her as blessed among are you among women. And in this moment, Elizabeth recognizes Mary's faith played a big factor in receiving the promise. So where am I going with this? The promise God has upon our lives, our faith in how we receive it, our belief in how we receive it plays a big role. So, are you receiving well and are you waiting well? And in your anticipation, are you waiting passively or are you waiting actively? Because, like I said, it is a time to prepare for the impossible to become possible. But what are we doing in that waiting? What are we doing? Are we believing that God can do the impossible? Are we believing that God is not a man that he should lie? What is it that God has spoken over your life? That is just something that I had to think about today, among other things. And like I said, I could go deeper into this, but I think I'll leave it there. So, a reminder that it's not just about waiting, it is preparing for the impossible to become possible. But also, I just want to say, did you ever realize that Zacharias, when he was muted, people treated him like he was deaf, not mute? He was just mute, he could hear. But people treated him like he was deaf, especially when they wanted to find out what he would name his son. But I just found that tidbit interesting because I actually read that in commentary and I was like, huh, I never considered the fact that they were treating him as a deaf person when he was just mute. Anyways, have a good evening. Stay blessed.